Hello, James.
Hey, Tammy, what's going on? I think I saw you at our latest trial. I think you showed up a couple of days.
Yes, sir. That was me. Me and Nicole Reffett and Helena and Mickey was there too. Oh, we were all there.
Oh, thank you guys for the support. I hope, how did things look over there from your end? What do you think?
Well, it looks like it's more the Ryan Samsel show than it is the other 4 defendants in your, like yourself, you know, like
right.
They're focusing a lot on Ryan Samsel. And there's been a lot of talk about fencing. So I've learned a lot about fencing. That's neat. I think it's really neat that, you know, the couple of witnesses that they've had have all differed in what they say the fencing ways. So they should know if they're going to get up on the stand and say that stuff. But yeah, they need to waive the fence.
Hey, James, it's Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, so y'all are hanging tough in there. You know, I'm not sure I like that judge too much, but, you know, yeah, no, I don't. She signed an order today saying that she would allow video of inside the Capitol, even though none of y'all were really involved in that.
Oh, no, I didn't hear about this.
No, it was just filed. Yeah, it was filed, and she signed it today. It was something that y'all were arguing earlier during the week about the video, and so she's agreeing to let it in because, in her opinion, it allows the government to be able to show the obstruction and how acting as a mob. And this is literally what they're going to do, is they're going to show that, you know, that everything to them was obstructed. And, you know, she allowed it in. So, you know, that's how it looks. So.
Also, I think it's very interesting that she wants to see all the evidence, whether she should see it or not, whether it should come in or not, and then she'll decide what should be there, what shouldn't, and what she will consider and what she won't. And I don't think she understands that that's not really how the justice system works.
I guess she wants to have like all the facts, but I think I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of evidence is coming in, but I just gotta pray and have confidence that she'll make the right decision. But personally, I think there should be. I wanted to hear more about the fence because really, the entire issue is the fence, and I think some multiple cops actually said things that are really good, which is that the fences move independently. Because I'm not even the next barrier over from, like, there's Carolyn Edwards barrier, and then there's the next barrier over, and then there's I'm the next one over, and I'm the only one on that furthest barrier. And so I wanted to hear more about but I think we got some good stuff from the guys who have already, from the officers that have already talked. But honestly, personally, I don't feel like I've even heard enough about fences. I want to hear some more. But they definitely said some good stuff. They said they move independently. So if they move independently, there's absolutely no way that two fences over is going to affect a fence that far away. I mean, that fence was affected by, people directly on it. And maybe the next one over. Maybe, but honestly, I don't even know if the next one over because they move independently, and then the other guy said they move at the joints. They pivot at the joints, is what one of the officers said.
Right.
So, so you can push one way, and it could cause the other one to
swing the other direction.
Yeah, they buckle. So if anything, it can almost, pushing one way can kind of have an inverse effect on the other.
Right.
And I think, I just think, oh my God.
It seems almost like they were proving the defense's point more than the government's point when they were talking about that, or at least when the second officer was talking about it. I didn't really care for the first officer too much because I felt like his testimony was all very contrived and very scripted. But I felt like the second officer was better at just saying, answering the questions, in my opinion. But it did seem like y'all's point was being made more than the government's point was being made. That's just from where I sit. And I also think that, you have a very good lawyer, and I think that Ryan has a good lawyer, and there's a couple other good. I don't think any of the lawyers on the defense side are bad. Let me just say that. I think they're all pretty decent. I just, who knows what will happen.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's so, and they're saying they're going to wrap it up. I guess the prosecution wants to wrap it up Tuesday, and I don't know.
I don't know how that's possible.
It's just like, I don't know. It feels like we just started. Like, all we've done is go over witnesses. Is that all a trial is? It's just like witnesses, and then I don't really know what happens next.
Well, it seems like well, everything around y'all's case is very suspect and weird because, like, they had y'all on the docket as a jury selection on Monday when it went to a bench trial, but then y'all haven't been on the docket for the rest of the week. Like, y'all are nowhere to be found. It's weird.
Is that good or bad?
It's just weird. I've never seen it. The minute orders aren't going in on the same day as the court proceedings, which that's very strange. Usually the minute orders are there that same day because it's a public hearing and because the public has the right to know. That's what that's for. And so it's just all very strange. And it's, to me, very strange that Ray Epps is not one of y'all's defendants and he's not a witness, but, you know, it's just weird. He's in a lot of the video. He's right there. He's talking to Ryan. It's very weird that officer said that you could hear the words that Ray Epps whispered into Ryan Samsel's ear from 6 to 10 feet away over the crowd with his back turned, with his hand on his mouth. He definitely heard what Ray Epps said, but he doesn't know what anybody else said right directly in front of him. It's very weird.
Yeah, I don't know which way it's going, and yeah, it's a weird. I mean, it's just, oh God, the whole thing is so weird. I don't know how to even approach it, and then I don't know how I'm caught up in this specific. God, I'm so far away, and I just want that to get brought up. And I called my lawyer today, exasperated, trying to, ask him, what can I expect going forward? Because I guess, like I said, if the government's finishing up their argument Tuesday, it's like, how many more days? I honestly, I was going to go to law school, but I don't know anything really. I was waiting till I went to learn anything, about it. My dad's like, you do.
One thing I can tell you is that in DC, it's very vastly different than anywhere else in the country. And the treatment that you guys get here in DC is vastly different than anywhere else in the country. Like, I've never seen anything like this.
Excuse me.
It's not normal. And that's why I think a lot of people come here thinking they have a lot of hope for justice, thinking that justice is blind and that we have a true justice system, but we don't have a true justice system. We have a weaponized government that is going after political prisoners and people that speak out at school board meetings. So, everything's very convoluted right now. So it's hard to really grasp all of it.
Yeah, I think definitely agree that everything is really convoluted right now. And so if they close it up Tuesday, I guess it could be next week. I don't know if the judge deliberates I don't know how long. Is that like the same day, or do they usually give you like a day off, like while they...
Well, I think if the prosecution is going to be done on Tuesday, then the defense will have their time to put their case on, so it may take... I don't know how long the defense is going to take. There's 5 people with 5 cases being put on, so I assume that would take at least a week.
Yeah, I guess so. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't see L's trial wrapping up in the next week. I think that it'll go another maybe 10 days. I don't know. That's just an estimated guess from somebody who sits in the gallery. I don't know.
And I ask everyone to pray for me that justice will be done properly. And I had no idea, I don't want to get into my case too much, but I had, probably a little late for that, but I had no idea. I just don't think I had any effect. I'm so far. I'm the only one. And the crazy thing is there's another guy who's shoulder to shoulder on my left in a blue sweatshirt pushing the exact same barrier as me. And he wasn't charged in this incident. I mean, he's on the same barrier as me. So if he wasn't charged, I don't understand why I was.
Well, there's a lot of disparity when it comes to the charging and the sentencing. As you can see with Ray Epps, I mean, he's the fastest charged, sentenced, plead out, J6er there ever was. I mean, he was charged, and within a week he had a plea. It wasn't even a week. It was, I think, 3 days. He was charged, convicted, pled out. Everything was done within 3 days. So, you know, he never came to
Really?
DC. He was telephonic
right?
in his courtroom.
That was who was in 3 days?
Ray X. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, this has been
And I
going
find
on
it
for
very
ages.
interesting because he's right there in that very group. You know, he's right next to Ryan. He's talking to Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know how they chose us. I really don't understand why us 5 were chosen. Even on the fence itself, there's literally like 100 people that at some point, in some manner, touched the fence. There's people on the left side of the fence who also pushed the same fence that weren't charged and were, you know, it's just crazy because it's like, I don't understand it. If touching the fence is the thing that makes us co-defendants, shouldn't everyone that touched the fence be co-defendants?
Yes.
I mean, I can't, I don't.
Yes.
And then I asked that question, and then everyone's like, well, I asked that question, and then everyone's like, well, you can't, they can charge whoever they want. I'm like, but they're alleging it because of this, and everyone else also. It's not like a similar incident, it's the same incident, you know?
Right.
Like, well, yeah, but that's different. It's not when it's the exact same incident, though. It's like comparing 2 incidents. Well, in this, they can always, you know, come up with some excuse like, oh, well, in that case is this. But this is the same case, same time, same exact incident. So I don't know. I'm venting, I guess, at this point. But it's been almost 22 months in culmination, and, you know, it's all happening now. You know, it's like the build-up 22. It's been more than that, but I've been incarcerated for 22 months.
Right.
Almost. And, yeah, it's just finally coming to a head, and I just really want to make sure everything is, you know, in my defense gets said. So I'm, like, talking to my lawyer, and he's like, yeah, you sound really, you sound like maybe the stress is getting to you. You sound really worked up. And I am, and it is.
Well, you know, there would be something wrong if the stress wasn't getting to you, honestly, you know, and this kind of situation, the process is also part of the punishment. And it's not easy for you guys, you know, to be going to court like that every day. I know they get you up so early and y'all are sitting in a freaking dungeon until you get into the courtroom, and then, you know, you're in this courtroom all day, and some of it's probably pretty boring. I mean, I understand that a lot of it isn't boring because it has to do with your freedom, but some of the more micro stuff, you know, when they're talking back and forth about the motions and this and that, and it's like, can we just get on with the court, you know? Like, can we get on with the process of having a trial? But that went on for 3 days, so, you know.
Yeah, I guess at the speed it's going now, I can't see how it could, yeah, like you're right, I don't see how it can end in that amount of time. And yeah, the process is definitely, that's the punishment, it's really bad. And I don't know how many more of these terrible bologna sandwiches, and I was eating bologna sandwiches on the street, but like quality bologna, you know, like Oscar Mayer, and I'll put like honey mustard on it and make a sandwich, and it was so good. But I mean, the bologna sandwiches are so bad, I'm so sick of them, and it's like the worst quality bologna, and that's what we get every single day. They don't even, oh my god, I'm so sick of eating that every day for court, and it's sucks. So the process is definitely the punishment. Sitting in the dungeon is definitely the punishment. And I'm so exhausted. Yeah, they get us up at 4 o'clock, and then even if our court is at 11, we have to get up at 4 o'clock for some reason. So
You have 1 minute remaining.
So we're waiting the whole time, regardless, and it's so bad. The whole process. And I'm sick through the whole thing. I'm really sick right now. It's so hot in the pod because I guess people were complaining, so they turned the AC off, that it was cold, and now it's so hot. Like, I'm sweating, I have a horrible headache, and oh my god, the cell is so hot. Like, it's horrible right now.
Well, James, we're definitely going to be praying for you, especially through the next, you know, couple weeks, especially, you know, through your trial. But we'll be praying for you, and, you know, call us anytime.
Awesome, I will. I appreciate it. Yeah, everyone please pray for me. It starts back up Monday, so I'll be looking forward to that. But thank you guys. Thank you for everything.
All right, we love you, Patriot. We'll see you Monday.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna figure out how to get